Hello, this is one of my short videos about 20 minutes of pretty much all round body movement. And it's a great thing to do first thing in the morning or in the evening, do whenever you want. But the intention really is just to go through the planes of movement, go through different parts of the body to stretch, open, and start. So start at the back of the mat. If you've got a mat or if you've got some space, just roll forwards, backwards on your feet. Just allow the ankles to engage, the muscles through the lower calves to engage. Gentle rolling forwards, backwards. Try to spread your toes when you do this, okay? This is a great way of really opening up through the toe joints. And any of the sequences that I do in this little session, which is going to be about, say, 10, 15 minutes, if you're not comfortable doing with your body, then don't do it. Just be careful about how you do any form of movement, any form of practice, particularly online, when there's teacher can't see you. Okay, take responsibility for yourself. So once you've done that a few times, have a slow lift the arms up nice and high. Have a slow stretch here. So reaching up as high as you can, opening through the body, and then bend the knees, float the hands down, sweep the hands behind you, and then sweep the hands up, straighten the legs. And do this a couple of times. Just nice slow movement, bending the knees as you sweep the hands behind you. And we're going to go for a bent knee forward bend. So the next time, bend the knees, take the hands down onto your shins, slowly straighten the legs, and then lean forwards. It's that lean forwards that does it. You take the weight onto the front of the feet. So if you come back naturally like I do, my bum's going backwards, got a little bit of bend in the knee, not really stretching the hamstrings. So coming forwards, that simple process, bringing the body weight forwards on the front of the feet, stretches through the hamstrings, bend the knees, get your hands to the floor, slowly come all the way down onto your front into tabletop, and then a few cat cows. So breath in, tummy down, head lifts, bum goes up, breath out round your back. It's a great way to soften through the spine. If you find you're stiff in the morning, your spine, your lower back, it's a great way to ease that stiffness. And you can do plenty of these just to get the back moving. Then tops of the feet come on the floor. We're going to sit back towards the heels into a child pose. Inch the hands forward to get that nice length through the shoulders. And then still with the breath now, as you breathe in, allow your tummy to release to the floor. As you breathe out, pull your belly button in. A couple of breaths here. Again, this is a really nice stretch of your back. And even if your practice just was a couple of cat cows and this nice child stretch, that's really doing your body the world of good. Opening up the body, just releasing any tightness, any tension. Okay, come up, tuck your toes in, come into a downward dog. With downward dog, keep the knees hip width apart, sit back towards your heels a little bit, push down through the toes, slowly straighten the legs, lower the head between the arms, look back between your ankles, bend one knee, then push the opposite heel into the form. Pedal through the legs here, just again, just easing it into your practice. And then lift both heels up, bend the knees, stretch through the toe knuckles, stand on your toes, look up between the hands, and on your toes, walk slowly to the top of the mat. Come to the top of the mat, have a little bit of a stretch of your shoulders by grabbing hold of your elbows with the opposite hands, and then release your upper back and your neck and your head. So you're almost hanging here. So your lower body's taking the pressure of the upper body and just releasing, softening through your upper body. Feel that nice stretch, release of your shoulders, your neck. And then when you come up, hands onto your shins, half lift here. So straighten the legs, lean forwards, front, onto the front of the feet, and then bend the knees. Let your arms dangle, slowly come up, roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift the hands up, exhale, bend the knees, float the hands down to your shins, bend knee forward, bend. Inhale, half lift again, straighten the legs, lift up through the crown of the head and the chest, coming forwards, bend the knees, hands to the floor, walk the feet to the back of the mat, downward dog, slow breath into plank, coming forwards, high press up position, slow breath out, knees, chest, chin to the floor, tops of the feet come on the floor. Slow breath into cobra, drawing the chest away from the floor, just enough so you feel the tensions in your body. Breath out, release to the floor. Tuck your toes in. Breathe in up onto your knees into tabletop. Breathe out back into child, stretching through the back. Slow breath in here, and as you breathe out, pull your tummy button in and launch into downward dog. So you straighten the legs. With the breath in, lift your left leg high up in the air, as high as you want to go. With the breath out, bring that foot to the floor. Breath in, right leg lifts as high as you want to go. Breath out, foot to the floor. Bend the knees, lift the head up, look up towards the top of the mat. And again, on your toes, walk slowly to the top of the mat. A little bit of a dangle here with the arms just hanging here. Now pull your tummy button in, slowly roll up to a standing position, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, the arms up high above you. Exhale, cactus the arms. So drawing the elbows down, shoulder height, and then squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slowly float your hands down to your shins. Bend the knees or keeping the legs straight. Breath in, half lift. Breath out, bend the knees, hands to the floor. Walk the feet again back to the back of the mat. And a slow breath in, coming into a plank position, high press up. Slow breath out, bending the elbows, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Breathe out to the floor. Tuck your toes in. You can breathe in, push up onto your knees, or you can breathe in, push up into plank, and breathe out. Lift your bum up here, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts nice and high as you want. Exhale, that foot to the floor. Inhale, right leg lifts as high as you want. Breathe out to the floor. Look up between the hands, bend the knees on your toes again. Small steps as you walk to the top of the mat, bend the knees. Let the arms dangle here, soften the shoulders, pull the tummy button in, slowly roll up to mountain. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the hands up nice and wide now. Stay here, a couple of breaths. Feeling the sensation of the soles of the feet into the floor, but lean down into, let's say, your right foot and float the left foot off of the floor. And you can take some ankle circles here whilst you're in standing stance in one direction and the other direction. It doesn't matter if you're a bit wobbly here. And then float the hands down, take that foot to the floor. Inhale the hands up nice and high again. Again, pressure goes into the other foot as you lift the leg up, and maybe some ankle circles. You might find those ankles are a little bit stiff, a little bit tight, but we should still try to get that range of movement in our joints. Okay, float the foot down, take a breath in, as you breathe out, descend down, hands to shins, breath in, half lift, breath out, bend the knees, hands to the floor. This time we're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat and drop the right knee to the floor. Pull the tummy button in, inhale, come up to a crescent moon lunge. And on the exhale, lean into the lunge, keeping the upper body upright. Lean into the lunge by stretching through the right hip flexor. Now, why I like to really bring the arms out nice and wide here in crescent moon, this is a nice way of stretching your pec minor muscles through the front of the chest, activating your transverse, your trapezius muscle. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, float the hands down to the floor. And then lifting that right knee off the floor, step back, downward dog. Inhale through to a plank, hold plank here, pull your tummy button in and slowly lower your pelvis towards the floor as you lift up through the crown of the head. So this is a high upward dog, keeping that core engaged, keeping your tummy button pulled in will support your lumbar spine. Okay, and then what we're going to do is come back downward dog. Do this with a breath. So the next one, we come inhale through to plank. When you breathe out, go into this high upward dog as you lower the pelvis down, lift up through the crown of the head. As you breathe in back to plank, as you level out the body and breathe out, downward dog. Hold and breathe. And then dropping your left knee to the floor, step the right foot between the hands and then push up again on this side for crescent moon lunge. Inhale the arms up nice and high. And as you breathe out, keeping the upper body upright, lean into the lunge, feel that nice hip flexor stretch. And then taking the arms out nice and wide as you open through the front of the body here, squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other. And inhale, lift the hands up. Float the hands down on the breath out. Lifting that left knee off the floor and step back into downward dog. Inhale through to plank. Pull the tummy button in. Breathe out, high upward dog as you lift up through the crown of the head, lower the pelvis. Breathe in, back to plank. Breathe out, downward dog. Taking the feet out to the edges of the mat, bend the knees, and walk your hands backwards to come into a squat at the back of your mat, as high as low as you're willing to go. If you can get your fingertips on the floor, and then gently rock from side to side here. Just get the hip joints moving. And then walk the hands forwards, bring the feet a little bit closer together, hip width apart, come into your downward dog. Breath into plank, breath out to the floor. So we're going to have a little bit of work on the lower back muscles now. So tops of the feet come on the floor, take the hands down the side of the body. Inhale into a locust as you squeeze your lower back muscles, lifting the chest, lifting the legs off the floor, looking down at the floor. Feel that energy in your lower back. It's really good to exercise, energize your lower back muscles, particularly first thing in the morning. It really does help you with your posture, with your awareness of your posture. Okay, release the floor, push up onto your knees and back into child to allow a little bit of decompression through the lower back, keeping the heels of the palms of the hands grounded. Gently pull back on your fixed hands on the mat. Feel that nice traction stretch through your shoulders, through your back. Okay, and then come up. Tuck your toes in. Lift your bum up in the air, downward dog. Look up between the hands, bend the knees, and a little walk to the top of the mat. Little dangle here, pull the tummy button in, slowly roll up to the mountain position, roll the shoulders back. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Lift your left foot off the floor and then reach forwards with wide arms as you take your left foot backwards to the back of the mat and come into a high lunge position here. High lunge position with a breath in, draw the arms up nice and high. With a breath out, bend the knees just a little bit, float the arms down to the side for a bit of a lunge dip. Inhale, lift up again, high lunge. Exhale, a little bit of a lunge dip. Just watching, making sure your right knee points over your right toes. Inhale, lift up. Okay, we're going to take a twist here. Going to twist around to the right, extend the arms, shoulder height, look to the right. Then inhale, lift up. Now we take a little bit of a side bend, taking our right hand on the inside of the right thigh, tilt or side bend to the right, taking your left arm over the top. Feel a nice stretch down the left side of your body. And then inhale, lift the hands up. Breathe out, float the hands down to low lunge. When the hands land on the floor, turn to the right, take the right hand out and up and twist and look up at that right hand. And when you're ready to breathe out, bring the right hand to the floor. Step back into downward dog. Breath into plank. Pull the tummy button in. Breath out, lower the pelvis down, lift up through the crown of the head, high upward dog. Breath into plank. Breath out, downward dog. Look up between the hands, bend the knees, and again, walk slowly to the top of the mat. Let your arms dangle in front of you, release your shoulders, release your neck, pull your tummy button in. Slowly roll to mountain, roll the shoulders back. Draw the arms up and floating your left foot off the floor, standing star. Now reach forwards with wide arms. As you take that left foot backwards towards the back of the mat for a lunge, you can stay here in Warrior 3 as long as you want. Eventually coming back into a lunge, taking that left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the hands up nice and high. Exhale, a lunge dip, drawing the arms out nice and wide. Inhale, lift up nice and high, high lunge. Exhale, another lunge dip. Again, you can stay static, hold these postures as long as you want, making sure the right knee pointing across. And come up and exhale neck. Okay, step back downward dog. Inhale all the way through. Exhale, high upward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, we do the same on the other side now. So look up between the hands, bend the knees, slowly walk to the top of the mat. The arms dangle, release your shoulders, pull your tummy button in. Slowly roll up to mountain, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the hands up nice and high. So I'm leaning into the left foot, floating the right foot off the floor. And then Warrior 3, balance here. So taking that right foot backwards to the back of the mat with the arms quite wide. Dropping the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, a couple of lunge dips. Just making sure your left knee points across your left toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lunge dip, taking the tailbone towards the floor. Inhale, lift up. Now take a twist round to the left. So turn to the left, extend the arms. Hold and breathe. Then inhale, turn to the front. We take that side bend. So taking your left hand on the inside of the left thigh, reaching over the top with the right arm. So you feel a little bit of a pull down the right side of the body. Really good way of stretching your IT band, QL muscle. Take a breath in, lift the hands up, and a breath out, float the hands down. When the hands land on the floor, turn to the left, take the left hand out and up, twist and look up. And as you breathe out, take that left hand to the floor, step back, downward dog. Inhale through to plank, pull the tummy button in. You can lower to the knees if these high upward dogs are too much, and take a cobra and then come back. Inhale back to plank, exhale downward dog. Look up between the hands, bend the knees, and again walk to the top of the mat. Let your arms dangle. Slowly pull your tummy button in, rolling up, standing. Inhale, hands up tall, standing staff. And then leaning again into your left foot, lifting the right foot off the floor, and take a warrior three balance as you draw the arms forwards, taking that right foot backwards, lowering the right foot to the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lunge dip. Second one's always a little bit more controlled. Inhale, lift up, and a lunge dip. Inhale, lift up, and then float the hands down on the breath out, and step back, downward dog. Inhale through to plank. I press up, exhale to the floor. Then inhale, locust, draw the arms back, lift the legs, look down at the floor. And release the floor, hands to the floor, push up and back into child. Stretching through your back, your shoulders. And then come up into tabletop. Step the left foot between the hands in tabletop. Walk the hands backwards as you straighten the left leg. And you can point your fingers backwards to give you that stability, that grounding, and lean your chest down towards your straight leg for half split. Really good, decent stretch of your hamstrings, keeping your heel grounded, pulling back on that grounded heel, lowering the chest down towards the thigh. And then come forwards, tucking your right toes in, lift the right knee off the floor, step back, downward dog. Breath into plank, coming forwards, breath out to the floor. These repetitive vinyasa type movements, breath into cobra, are good for your body, dynamic movement of the body, breath out to the floor. Tuck your toes in, push up into plank, build strength, flexibility. That downward dog. Dropping your left knee to the floor, step the right foot between the hands, and then slowly walking the hands backwards into half split here. So pointing the fingers backwards to give it that grounding. Lowering your chest down towards the thigh, pulling back on that heel, feeling the stretch, keeping the breath nice and slow and steady. Try to always target your breath into your tummy area on these nice long static holds. This will switch your nervous system. You allow a little bit more release in your body, stretching the tightness away. Okay, come forwards, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Tuck the left toes in, lift the left knee off the floor. Step back, downward dog. And then drop down onto your knees. Cross your lower legs, cross each other, and see if you can roll back on your back. And then take the legs nice and long in front of you, and then shuffle forwards on your sit bones. And then bend in your left knee, bring the sole of the foot into the right thigh, reach up, and then gently tilt forwards until you feel the body start to protest. Drop the hands down to that straight leg. You don't have to go too deep in this posture. You're looking for tension in the posture, and then you're leaning into that tension, taking some nice slow breaths. It's a really nice hip opener. So try to release any tension around the hip joint, around the knee joint, as well as making sure that you're okay in your lower back. We're looking for tension in the hamstring, but sometimes it's really at this area here. So not really forcing it. Doesn't matter how far you go into this from a an aesthetic point of view. It's more about what you feel in your body. Using 4 or 5 nice slow breaths to explore that sensation of tension, and try to take those breaths nice and slowly to release that tension. Okay, coming out of that, take your hands behind you and then sliding your foot up. We're going to see if we can take a cross leg position here, and then sliding that foot up and then bring the chest forwards just to get a little bit of a stretch to the glutes. Okay, if that's too much for you, then with that right leg straight, rest the top of your left ankle on top of the right leg, lean backwards, and then gently slide to the point where it's okay. Okay. And then if you don't want to bring the chest forwards, that's okay. Okay, and then come back into a seated forward bend, come upright, a little bit of a sit bone shuffle to rotate the pelvis forwards, bending the right knee out, come into a straight leg or bent knee forward bend. So reach up and it's a tilt forwards. That's all it is. Tilt forwards until you feel a little bit of tension somewhere, maybe in the hip, maybe in the back of the leg, maybe in the lower back. Stay there. Nice, slow, steady breath. Slowly coming out of that, we take a little bit of a hip opener, so bringing that leg on top of the thigh and resting it here if this is enough, or if you want, go a little bit deeper, drawing that low leg forwards, bringing the chest towards that point of tension in your body. Okay, wherever you are with that. Okay, sliding the soles of the feet together, make a little bit of a diamond of your legs, hands onto your ankles, and a little bit of movement here in your hips. So butterfly pose, just allowing the legs to appear as wings of a butterfly, not doing it violently quickly that you elevate, levitate, just enough to get a nice gentle movement through your hips. So you can stay in this position, or if you can, loosely cross your legs, or you can have your legs straight. We're going to take a twist. So the important thing to twist is feel the sit bones on the floor. If you can get the sit bones evenly grounded, lift up through the spine, lift up through the crown of the head, take the arms up nice and high, reach up. I'm going to gently turn to my right. So taking the left hand to the right knee, the right hand comes behind to prop the spine and allow a little bit of a squeeze around now, turning, looking back towards your right shoulder. Use the bind as much as you can. Use your upper rib cage to breathe, your costal muscles. Feel that squeeze in your core, in your internal organs. And not forgetting turning the head around as far as you can to look across to your right shoulder. And again, shallow breath and release. We'll draw the arms up above you, interlace the fingers, push the palms up as high as you can. Think about the spine realigning itself from that twist, the discs and the vertebrae coming back into some sort of alignment. Then float the hands down. Take a gentle twist to the other side. So right hand to left knee. Left hand props the spine up so you can lift up through the crown of the head before you go into the twist. And as you go into the twist, use that leverage, that strength in your arms, turning through the spine and looking back towards your left shoulder. And thinking about the whole spine here, from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the base of the scalp. You get that really good twist. And slowly release. Hands up nice and wide. Interlace the fingers, push the hands up. The hands behind you and point the fingers backwards, still in whatever seated position you're in. And then what we're trying to do is have a little bit of a back bend here. So squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, lift the head up, drop the head back just a little bit, arching through the lower back. And then release, come down onto your lower back, wrap your hands around your knees, hug and release your knees a couple of times. And drop the feet to the floor. Keep the heels close to the bottom. Keep the knees parallel. Take the head and shoulders on the floor. Put your tummy button down into your spine as you flatten your lower back into the floor with the arms resting down the side of the body. Slow breath in. As you push into the floor with your feet, gently bringing the pelvis up. And then drive down through the heels so you get that lift through the back. And then when you're ready, float the arms up above you and then behind you. Let them come to rest on the floor. And then stay in bridge now for, again, 5 breaths, just exploring the range of movement in your body. Be mindful to bring your knees towards each other so you really work the inner thigh muscles. And being mindful to pull your tummy button in, which will tuck your tailbone under, which will give you a lot more rigidity and strength in your lower back, your pelvis. And then you can really push into the heels of the feet, getting that really deep back bend, feeling that go all the way up through your middle spine, your thoracic spine, as well as your lumbar spine. And then float the arms up above you. And as you lower the arms down to the floor, roll your lower back onto the floor. So pull your tummy button in even more as you roll down Then draw the knees up, squeeze and release the knees. Pull the feet to the floor. Take the knees out to the side, bring the soles of the feet together, rest the shoulders on the floor, arms come down on your tummy. Take a couple of slow belly breaths here. So this is a really great way to finish any form of practice. It's not necessarily Shavasana, but what it is, it really allows you to engage with your breath, particularly your diaphragmatical breath, which is the best way to breathe. So as you breathe here, just feel the space in your body now, which allows, permits, enables, facilitates diaphragmatical belly breath, and use this opportunity to feel how good this breath is, how released and how soft it is. And as you take maybe 2 or 3 minutes here, maybe count your breath, maybe do 5 rounds of counting 1 to 5. Whatever works for you. Try to slow your breath down. Try to breathe in and out through your nose. Take a shortish breath in and a longish breath out. Really dial into your breath. And try to think about breathing like this normally, away from your mat, during the day, at any particular time of the day, down into the tummy, in and out through the nose. Take a count of 4 on the breath in, take a count of 6 or 7 on the breath out. And that concludes that fairly short practice, which aims to go through the 3 planes of movement: twisting, forward bending, backward bending, and a little bit of strength in the hips. Hope you use that and you can play around with that. You can do different variations of that any time of the day. Okay, enjoy your practice. I'll see you in a class at some point soon. Thank you.